And it's right here in Africa. We'll have Nigeria's, that's for Tuesday next week. The meeting starts Monday next week, and we'll get the latest interest rate decision. That's for Nigeria. We'll definitely be covering that live right here on Channels Television. All right, let's get to our next conversation now. We're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us, artificial intelligence. AI is now woven into our daily lives, in our phones, our cars, our workplaces, even in the apps and services we use, without thinking. Millions of people rely on AI every day, yet most don't really understand how it works or why they should trust it. So much buzz about, the future of AI spending. Now with talks of an AI bubble, loading, but NVIDIA's recent earnings couldn't help with that. But let's discuss more now with Matilda Oladimeji. She's a research and doctoral student in information systems, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you in the show.
Thank you for having me. Super happy to be here. Fantastic.
So, let's start with the basics now. Most of us, we use AI every day without even, noticing. Why is it a problem if we don't really understand, how it works, at this point, as long as it does the job, I guess?
Yeah, and you're right. You are constantly using AI. So like your Face ID, even the autocorrect that just changed your text message. And for those small things, not understanding it might actually seem fine. But we're starting to see that AI is, making the big decisions, So whether you qualify for a loan or whether you got called for a job interview, through resume reviews. And so when those decisions go wrong and you can't ask questions or you are rejected, then it becomes a problem because you don't even know what happened. You can't fix it, you can't appeal it. So, and that's where the problem starts.
So, we see companies are spending billions on AI. We just got the earnings from NVIDIA recently. Why can't they just explain it better? What's stopping these big companies from breaking it down to us?
Yeah, so tech companies, I think that they actually got excited about building powerful AI. So they built these incredible complex systems and they eventually forgot that they had to sell it to everyday people using it. And true, part of it is technical, like AWS, NVIDIA, they actually build these complex systems that has to be explained to other engineers, but also they haven't invested in explaining it to everyday people. So just like in marketing, when you're managing marketing campaigns, if you don't communicate the service, then people would not understand and people would not trust it. So I think that they forgot the basics of communication, and that's where they need to start learning the lesson.
Right, and there's also talk about people blindly trusting artificial intelligence. Why do you think that's happening, and why aren't we asking more questions, in your opinion?
So there are a few reasons, and they are all concerning. So the first one is that we are excited and overwhelmed. Everybody's using AI. AI is everywhere. It moves so fast. Maybe Netflix suggests a show or your phone suggests a map route and you just watch it. You want to send an email, you quickly use GPT. It's easier to just go along. And secondly, we have been conditioned to think that we can't understand it. I'm not a tech person. I don't understand it. It's too technical. So I'm just going to stop asking questions. I'm just going to, go along with it. And then the third one is that we are confusing capability with reliability. True, AI has done some incredible things, even answered some text questions and passed some exams at the top schools. But the fact that it's doing these incredible things does not mean that it exactly know what it's doing. That's blind trust. So people, because they feel that AI is able to give them this output or this content, then they believe that, AI definitely knows what they're doing. And that's blind trust. That's what the companies are actually counting on, that you trust it, instead of doing the hard work of actually earning that trust through transparency or explanations.
So what should, we, regular people, what should we be doing at this time? Should we be demanding explanations, when AI makes a decision?
Yes, and it starts like a simple thing. So when you are like using the conversational AI agents such as ChatGPT, ask why, ask how, query it, ask how it came to that conclusion. And I think that the more people do it, the more empowered the humans get, because you don't need to understand the technical details. You just need to understand the reasoning behind it. Like, how did you get to that content is giving you? How did you get to that output? And the more people demand explanations, the more companies are pressured to build AI agents that are more clear and transparent in how they actually got to that output or content they are giving to you. And the more demand there is, and the more AI will definitely get better.
And, should we be worried, about, AI, not understanding, what's behind AI at this point? Is it dangerous if we don't understand it?
I don't think that we should panic, but yes, we should be concerned. So AI is not dangerous, it's a tool, and it's not going to take your job or take over the world. I know there's like a lot of things about that. But I think that if we don't understand how it works, we can't catch it when it goes wrong. And sometimes it does go wrong. That's why we see AI, people saying that AI hallucinates, AI is giving the wrong output. It just keeps on saying the wrong things. So the danger is not that it's this evil thing, it's just that we are now starting to let it make important decisions about our lives without the accountability. And if a human makes a bad decision or a person does that, then we ask them to justify it, but nobody has been able to ask AI to justify the reason in that way. So that's why I think it's concerning. And even though it's not going to be a risky thing, we just need to make sure that we're not giving it power without requiring transparency.
Oh, so where is all of this heading? Will artificial intelligence get easier to understand, or are we just going to, trust it blindly?
I think that the more exposure we get to a certain tool, the more you definitely understand it. So the more you use a particular thing, whether that's driving or using your mobile phones, the more you use it, the more you tend to understand it. So definitely we're going to see AI more. It's going to be more embedded in our lives. I believe that AI is here to stay, but we need to keep asking questions. We need to make sure that companies are explaining what their AI tools does, what's the logic behind it, what's the reasoning. And so once we start to demand those transparency and explanations, then they realize that building this AI tools, this kind of AI tools might actually be a competitive advantage. And I think that that's where the path I see developing.
Right. So before I let you go, do you think there's a possibility AI could make us smarter?
Yes, I think so. However, it's a two-pronged answer, because I believe that if you're an expert and you're using AI, you definitely use it better compared to someone who is a beginner, right? So you are going to use the same tool, but the process or the approach which you use the tool is going to be different. So take, for example, a software developer who is an expert, and then we have a beginner software developer. And they're trying to prompt an AI agent to create a code on their website. The expert definitely is going to see that, there's something wrong with this code as compared to a beginner. So that's where the differences are. If you already have, we call it domain knowledge. If you have domain knowledge in that area, then definitely AI is going to make you smarter. And even for the beginner, it's going to make you smarter, but you still have to do the groundwork.
Fantastic. Let's not get done with AI at this point. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was great having you, Matilda Oladibeji, researcher, doctoral student, information systems. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.